Since you did like put blueberry juice and chocolate all over your face, you might attract some flies throughout the day. But you know what? That just helps the illusion. Hey, happy Halloween! So I'm trying to be quiet because it's 7 a.m. and my roommate is still sleeping. I had to turn on the light because it was too dark and we need to be able to see. I have my candles, even though, you know, there's really actually no point. That's just a hazard. Okay. Ooh, smoke. Hey guys, happy Halloween. Ooh. I don't want the smoke alarm to go off. That's why I couldn't see. I don't have my light on. Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't turn the light on before. That is a big rookie mistake. I am a rookie. Yeah, so this is my costume, and we're just gonna add some makeup to it to give it the full effect. So I have my American Apparel hoodie, my American Apparel bodysuit, underwear, and thigh-high socks. Ooh, I hope that wasn't too controversial for YouTube to show my thighs. Okay, so this outfit on its own, I could be an American Apparel ad girl. Not those girls, but I would prefer to hang with them than the actual American Apparel ad girls. But from the research I found out about American Apparel, it seems like those girls have been through a lot. Yeah, so if you know anything about the company American Apparel besides being a clothing brand, it's had a history of sexual harassment lawsuits filed against its founder. It's filed for bankruptcy twice, and of course all the marketing controversy from like its like over-sexualized ads and the way they depict women. But you know, it just became like part of their brand and became like something trendy, and they kind of embraced how controversial it was. You may also know that they went out of business like around this time last year, and then they got bought out, and now they're back in business as of summer of this year. So what I'm gonna do is kind of go with that concept. I'm gonna be American Apparel come back to life. I have my makeup, all my brushes. I know it's not very many. So I'm gonna go for like a risen corpse zombie-ish kind of look. Not really like zombie, like gore, like Walking Dead zombie, more just like freshly dead since American Apparel came back to life in August of this year. They've only been back from the dead for a couple of months, so they're not rotting that much. If you know like what skin does after it dies, it turns like kind of gray, blue-ish, I guess. So I'm going to be using this gray monster makeup. I know it looks dark, but we'll only need a little bit. And then to give the effects of like dark circles under my eyes and like maybe some veins that are showing through my skin, I'm going to use chocolate syrup and blueberry juice. So I just took some frozen blueberries, put them on a plate, put them in the microwave defroster. So I had them defrosted for about a minute and a half. And so I'm just going to use the juice that you see leaking out of them. You could also use wine, but maybe some of you don't have access to wine, and that's cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this off so I don't get it all messy. So this bodysuit like comes all the way up here, and it's actually a thong, but I'm not gonna wear a thong on camera. So I put my underwear over it. To start, I'm just gonna moisturize my face with some Olay All Day Moisturizer. So I just ripped this off of the bath sponge I use every day to clean my body. It was falling apart, so I was like, you know what, I didn't need a sponge to apply makeup, so I'll just use this. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to place a narration over that kind of talks about the history of American Apparel. Like there's like the rise and fall, and then the rise again. So yeah, enjoy. In 1989, American Apparel founder Dov Charney began selling t-shirts independently to his friends and family. In 1990, Charney moved to South Carolina to start his business, where he learned about manufacturing t-shirts. From the very beginning, Charney was involved in the design, manufacturing, and marketing of his business. In 1997, the company moved to Los Angeles. In the year 2000, American Apparel gained its reputation as an ethically manufactured wholesaler of t-shirts, where factory workers were paid higher than the industry standard at the time. American Apparel was ahead of the fashion industry with its use of premium organic cottons and slim-fit silhouettes. In 2003, American Apparel opens its first retail store. In just 2 years, the company went on to employ over 4,500 employees, open 50 more stores, and generate $250 million each year. The year 2005 marked the beginning of a bad reputation for the company. American Apparel employees were filing sexual harassment lawsuits against Charney. The company was also being sued by Woody Allen for using unauthorized stills from his movie Annie Hall in their advertisements. In 2006, despite the lawsuits, American Apparel was bought by a publicly traded investment company called Endeavor Acquisition Corporation. This same year, American Apparel became a publicly traded company and started opening stores overseas. In 2007, American Apparel is recognized as the largest t-shirt manufacturer in America, and Charney continued to be hit with sexual harassment lawsuits by former employees. 2009 would be the last year that American Apparel makes a profit. Following a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement investigation, it was discovered that about 1,600 of American Apparel factory employees were not authorized to work in the U.S. The company was forced to lay off about 1,500 to 1,800 factory workers, causing a substantial setback in production. However, American Apparel was still receiving financial lifelines, including an investment of $45 million from a group of Canadian investors. In 2014, following a suspension from the company due to an ongoing investigation of alleged sexual and financial misconduct, Charney was fired from American Apparel by the board of directors. The company wanted to focus on building itself back up, having to overcome the hurdles of considerable debt and very little cash to keep up. In 2015, American Apparel brings in experienced fashion executive Paula Schneider as its new CEO. Under Schneider's control, American Apparel began toning down its controversial advertisements, overtime was cut for factory workers, underperforming stores were closed, and many employees were laid off. Despite Schneider's efforts, the company eventually filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This is known as reorganization bankruptcy, in which a debtor usually proposes a plan of reorganization to keep its business alive and pay creditors over time. In January of 2016, the bankruptcy court judge approved American Apparel's plan to execute a reorganization strategy that transferred ownership of the company from shareholders to lenders, which resulted in Charney's loss of any stake he had left in the company. While rumors began to circulate that American Apparel was looking for possible buyers, Paula Schneider resigned as CEO. In October 2016, the company's general counsel and chief administrative officer, Chelsea Grayson, takes over as Schneider's successor. In November 2016, American Apparel files for its second bankruptcy protection. In early 2017, American Apparel gets sold for an $88 million bid by Gildan Activewear Inc. In August 2017, American Apparel, now owned by Gildan, is back in business. Their new focus is on featuring the basics and what have now become American Apparel iconic staples. Manufacturing remains in America, but some has moved overseas to cut costs. Shoppers now have the choice of purchasing products that were made in Honduras in addition to the original Made in the USA brand. A garment manufactured overseas will be identical in appearance to its Made in the USA counterpart, the only noticeable difference being that the USA clothes are 17 to 26% more expensive. American Apparel started as a t-shirt wholesaler with a focus on the ethical treatment of their workers, and they quickly grew into a high-fashion streetwear retail company. Lawsuits, bankruptcy, and marketing controversy have followed the company since its success, but it all started with one man who had an idea to sell ethically made blank t-shirts. And that's the look. Pretty simple. My reference for this look was American Apparel ads and corpse makeup. The company's history was pretty interesting to me. That's kind of why I got the inspiration to do this look. Just like knowing like how big they were at one time and then how they eventually fell from the top. I've always been a fan of their clothes, obviously, and so I wanted to do this look kind of as like a tribute to them. They may not be as strong as they were before, but at least like someone picked up the company and is gonna start selling these clothes again. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween. Be safe. I'm gonna try not to wake up my roommate. Okay. She looks so perfect standing there in my American Apparel underwear. And I know now that she's a corpse.